Good evening and welcome to 22 News at 11. I'm Juliana Mazza. We'll get to that story in a moment, but first, firefighters from 6 towns worked to put out a fire at a Sunderland apartment complex tonight. The fire started at Cliffside Apartments at 248 Amherst Road. A tenant at the complex called 22 News around 7:30, saying there was a fire at her building. A Sunderland fire dispatcher told 22 News departments from South Deerfield, Amherst, Greenfield, Whately, and Hadley all worked to put that fire out. If you've registered on the Do Not Call list, but you're still getting robocalls, you could be entitled to some big bucks. 22 News reporter Tamara Sakarzik discovered you can take the callers to court.
Millions of people get robocalls every single day. Wait until you hear what happened when a woman from Texas did something to stop it. Robocalls on cell phones are illegal without written consent. Telling a company to stop should make them go away permanently.
I still think they call you.
Oftentimes, they do still call you, but they could be breaking the law. It's called the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, and it basically allows you to tell businesses and telemarketers to stop calling and texting your mobile device. If they continue, you can technically bring them to court. Under the TCPA, repeated robocalls may qualify as harassment, but it's a law few people have heard of.
No, I didn't know there was a law that existed that allowed you to do that. Why, can you do that? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. You know, I don't know. I feel like I've told them stop calling me, but they still call you.
A Texas woman won nearly $230,000 after suing Time Warner Cable for calling her 153 times after she told them to stop, an experience many others have shared.
They call maybe once or twice a week, and I tell them all the time not to call me anymore. They still do.
Well, it's irritating because you're doing something. You got to stop and look at your call waiting or your caller ID and find out who they are. Most of the time I just ignore it.
Here's what you need to know. If calls continue after a name removal request, you can sue for $500 in damages for each violation. Your state can initiate civil action against companies for citizens, and the FCC can directly penalize companies for complaints. And if you're on a Do Not Call list, a company must honor that indefinitely. Live in the newsroom, Tamara Sakarzik, 22 News.